Hi, I'm Mike Salvi. This Sunday in Philadelphia, April 22nd, in case you haven't heard, my friends and I are hosting the biggest rally in the history of the Freedom movement ever. The biggest rally of the Ron Paul era, of freedom in general. It's going to be here in Philadelphia. Right behind me, I'm standing in my backyard. The skies in Philadelphia are beautiful, and they're blue. In my yard, I'm drying off my blanket. All right, that's my barn in the back. Okay. Unfortunately, if you've seen the weather reports this Sunday, the skies in Philadelphia are not going to look like this. According to the weather people who are accurate 100% of the time, it's going to rain. Maybe. It's only Wednesday, and that's Sunday. So I've been getting calls, emails, messages, Facebook, Twitter. What are you doing? Are you going to cancel the rally? Or is there a contingency plan? I understand the concern. So the organizers and I have gotten together to address this rain issue, because rain is a big deal. I get it. Especially for an outdoor rally. I understand. So we did come up with a contingency plan, and I'm going to share that with you. The first thing I want to share with you is an article written by a gentleman named Donald N. Moran, and it's titled Winter of 1779 through 80 in New Jersey. After his success, you can Google it if you want to read the whole thing. I just want to read a few excerpts. After his successful operations in 1776 through 77 and the defeat of the British at Trenton and Princeton, General George Washington chose Morristown, New Jersey for his winter encampment. Morristown is about halfway between here and New York City. By 1780, the Continental Army had been at war 6 long years. It was in deplorable condition. Congress had exhausted all their resources, including the promised assistance from France. The Continental paper dollar had depreciated 3,000 to 1. When the army arrived at Jockey Hollow, there were already a foot of snow on the ground. Dr. James Thatcher, whose journal is one of the best sources for first-person descriptions of events during the war, wrote, "The weather for days has been remarkably cold and stormy. We experienced one of the most tremendous snowstorms ever remembered. No man could endure its violence many minutes without danger to his life. When the storm subsided, the snow was from 4 to 6 feet deep, obscuring the very traces of the roads covering the fences that lined them. An immense body of snow on the ground. There had been 4 snowfalls in February, and March had brought 6 more. For the last 10 days we have received but 2 pounds of meat per man. We are frequently for 6 or 8 days entirely without bread. The consequences is that the soldiers are so enfeebled from hunger and cold as to be almost unable to perform their military duty or labor in constructing their huts. General Johann de Kalb, or Johann, however you pronounce this guy's name, wrote, 'So cold that the ink freezes on my pen while I'm sitting close to the fire. The roads are piled with snow. At some places, they are elevated 12 feet above their ordinary level.' Private Joseph Plum Martin's memoirs reported, 'We are absolutely, literally starved. I do solemnly declare that I did not put a single morsel of victuals in my mouth for 4 days and as many nights, except for a little black birch bark, which I gnawed off a stick of wood. I saw several men roast their old shoes and eat them. I was afterward informed by one of the officers' waiters that some of the officers killed a favorite little dog that belonged to one of them.' Poor dog. He then wrote, 'What laughingly could be called a uniform possessed a blanket thin enough to have straws shoot through it, without discommoding the threads. All roads were impassable and would stay that way until the snow melted. Not a single cart or wagon load of supplies could move. The army would soon starve.' The contingency plan for this Sunday is for you to bring a poncho or an umbrella. This thing is on, rain or shine. This message is too important to be stopped by a little bit of rain, considering what I just shared with you. These guys were eating their shoes. And there was no dollar store. There was no Dunkin' Donuts. There was no place to go, warm up for a few minutes or dry off. Okay? Ron Paul, the stage, will be covered with a tent. The media center will be covered with a tent. All the canopies for all of our vendors will be covered under tents. Okay? Bring an umbrella. Bring some ponchos. Bring some galoshes. This thing is on, rain or shine. 9:30, we got our brunch with Michael Scheuer, James Padiglione Jr., Adam Kokesh, Jordan Page, Tatiana Moroz, T-Mott, Yes, the Minister of Truth. You know that guy that films his little blogs in his car. Ron Paul ain't no racist. Yeah, that dude. He's coming. 11 o'clock, we have the End of Fed rally, which is going to be led by the Veterans for Ron Paul, and they're going to march through the city with this huge army truck. If it doesn't rain, the bikers are coming. Who knows, maybe the hardcore bikers are coming too in the rain. They just don't care. And then at 1 o'clock, we have our rally. Live music, a DJ, the head of the CIA's Bin Laden unit, Ron Paul, all these other people. You gotta come. It's gonna be amazing. 5 o'clock, we have our after party down the street. Go to Phreedom with a PH 2012.com for more details. I'll see you then.